What's up, ladies and gents? Sinister01, your host, and welcome back to another episode for Deus Ex Human Revolution. Give me Deus Ex difficulty on the PC. Again, we are doing this now in 1440, so that way you guys can actually see the text and stuff that appears on screen. And it's time to actually go into some main missions. We're going to be completing side mission as well as going in and doing, you know, our main mission too. So lots of cool things to do in this video, so hopefully you guys will enjoy. And let's see, there's a lot of different entry points that you can use to get in here, okay? So we could go through the front door, and we can kind of talk our way to get inside. You can also still sneak in through the front door. I know it's possible. It's a little bit weird to get around the AI, but it is possible. Another method would be to head this way. Now, we don't have the augmentation to move heavy things, but if we were to get that augmentation, you can move those in the way and you can climb over and head over there. Another option is actually to head over here. This one requires you not to do any augmentations, not to mess with anything. It's probably the most simplest method, and it requires you to just pretty much go through this door here. Now you'll see that's blocked off. Well, you've got a crate there, and you've also got a crate there, so you can actually jump from one crate to the other and make it to the other side. But what we're gonna do is I love stealth that allows us to figure out how to get by a certain section by doing it the most mischievous way, and that is going right through the front door. So we're going to talk with the guy. I love the conversations in the game. I love the options that the game actually gives you in order to figure these conversations out, but there is a set pattern that you can do. There's a couple of different ones which will help you to get the outcome that you're looking for. So let's go right through the front door. Fun had by all. Alright, so going this way will allow you to pretty much have the whole building to yourself. Obviously, you still need to sneak around when it comes to going into private offices, but I actually still always prefer doing it this way.
Yeah, hang on just a sec. Shit. Jensen?
Haas, surprised to see you here.
Yeah, well, I guess you're better at looking out for yourself than I am.
I don't have time for your self-pity. I need to get into the morgue.
That's it? No, forget it. I don't know what's going on with that body down there, but my orders come from the brass. No one gets in. First thing you say to me after almost 2 years is you want something?
Should I have given you an order? You've always been very good at following those.
God damn. Where do you get off being so self-righteous? You think I like this? Look at me. From SWAT team commander to a crummy desk sergeant in a 2-bit precinct. I don't need this from you. I get enough of it at home. So either come up with something better than your usual attitude, or you can just forget it, because you came to me.
Okay, look, you're angry, and you've got a right to be. I'm putting you in a bad position, but I have to get inside that morgue. I won't let it get back to you.
I'm always in a bad position. I don't believe this. I just got my life back together and you show up. When's it gonna end? You know the moment I open that door, it's all over, right? I'll be lucky if all that happens is I get fired. Is it really that important?
And you're right, it's not my risk to take. So I'm not gonna force you to do anything, and I won't hold it against you. And what happened 2 years ago, I know it's killing you. We should talk about it sometime.
I don't think I can. It all comes back to the kid, doesn't it? We were given a direct order, Jensen. So I took the shot. I followed orders. He was augmented, an unknown factor. He was too much of a risk.
He was 15, Haas. In what world can you justify putting a bullet between the eyes of a 15-year-old boy?
There's something I've been waiting 2 years to tell you. I blame you, Jensen, for everything that happened. Because when the chips were down, you got the order to fire, You refused, I got stuck having to do it, and you just walked out of my life. That's when everything went to shit, when you abandoned me.
I've heard enough of this. You're lying to yourself. You pulled that trigger, no one else. You can't escape from that for the rest of your life. Accept it, make it a part of your history, and put it in your past. Because denial is only making it worse.
I can't, Oh, hell. You're right. I've been so stupid. 2 whole years. I've got to start turning things around, right now. Go on in. Don't worry about the guys, they'll leave you alone. But I need to think.
As you can see, this is just one of many possible outcomes that you can do. You can be more lenient. There's all different kinds of different ways that you can go about doing it. So now we have full reign to move around this area as much as we want, as you can see. Now remember, you cannot go into, you know, like offices and things. Like, you can't just go straight through. You're gonna have to be more more sneaky. Not that that's really too sneaky, but there are a few offices that we need to do, because if you remember correctly, we have a few side missions, and they still show up. They don't show up on the screen, but they show up in the radar, so that actually is supposed to help you to figure out all the stuff you can do. Pick things up, because we do want to sell, you know, some things. So this is a level 2 hack. I always get confused out because I'm on PC playing with a controller. So one of the things that we can actually do, let's see, first of all, we need to find out where the node that we need to hack is. So we need to go here, then down, here, up, and then across. So we could fortify, which will give us a few extra seconds. So this is almost like an automatic detection. Here we have a 70% chance of detection. Now, using the stealth hack will actually lower these if you don't want to go for that. So what we're going to do is let's just do it. Let's go for it. Amazingly, we didn't get caught by the first one, but this should give us definitely plenty enough seconds. It's gonna be close, and we got it. Sweet. Alright, I'll let you guys read all of these, of course. The power of the pause button. Zeke Sanders. And that is the Captain Pin's computer. So if you go back up here, you notice so you've got some of that there, so you can't really go through there, but there are ways around it to get into other people's offices. We really only need to go to the offices that we need to go to. We're not here to, like, you know, uncover everything in the game. A little bit of a issue there. So now we're going to head to the 3rd floor. Like I said, these are just certain ways. Got some offices there. You can sneak up behind. He can still see me, so wait till he turns around. I do feel a little bad that we're like stealing money, but this is a guy that you definitely want to mess with. This is Wagner, Chet Wagner, for one of the side missions for the Motherly Ties mission. So let's back up and see what we got here. Obviously, this is a lot easier than it may look. You just need to pretty much go around all the way to here and then up to that node. So let's fortify first. And there you go.
Access granted.
And of course, I'll let you read them. There you go. I always find it hard sometimes to see things. Alright, so that's pretty much all the information we need for that. But you can also look around a little bit more and you'll see that there are so many different things. Like I said, you get extra points for exploring and
Access granted.
not that we really need to get into this office here, but does give you some extra points. Those definitely come in handy. Trying to, there we go, set things back up the way they were. Again, I move a lot slower than some other people that have probably played this game because I like to savor it and take my time. I don't want to rush. Alright, he's heading away. Okay, so again, you don't have to worry about cameras or anybody. Looks like here's another way to kind of get into some other offices. There's another one there. There's all kinds of offices and stuff that you can check out here. Not only that, but this is a way to get completely out of the building for you if you want to complete one of the... There's another kind of objective we need to do for Motherly Ties. But right now what we're going to do is go down to the morgue. We don't need to worry about anything else for right now. I think we're pretty good. Yeah, there's other things we can do. We can get into the armory. Getting to the armory will allow you to, you know, get a bunch of weapons and things like that, more XP. But again, we're not going for everything that you could do. We're thorough, but we're not meaning to be that thorough, I guess. So again, this will complete the next part of the main story here. And we can freely move around here, as you can see. We don't have to wait on anybody because of the fact that we talk the guard into letting us come in. And because of that, it makes things a lot easier. Granted, we like a challenge and we like to do things, you know, challenge-like, but again, we're picking up all of this stuff so that we could sell it. Sewers, another access point there. Alright.
About time. You the home sec guy I was ordered to wait for? Tell Manderley I didn't get the memo until I was halfway through the autopsy. By then, it was too late to close him up again.
Right. So you recovered the neural hub?
Tricky bit of work that was. A few inches lower and the bullet would have fried more than just the pedal connectors. As it is, I can't guarantee you'll get anything useful out of it, other than the fact that it's been modified.
Modified? With what?
Some kind of wet drive. But hey, I didn't look. Ultraviolet means ultraviolet, and I know how touchy you guys get when it comes to matters of national security. He's all yours. The hub's been detached, but I left it in the skull as ordered. Now, if you'll excuse me, I got paperwork to fix.
Let you guys read that. I don't know if I'm going to get all of the ebooks or not, the ones that actually matter. I haven't, I'm not 100% sure yet. Maybe, maybe not.
Boss, I got the neural hub. Looks like it's been modified with some kind of wet drive. Pritchard should have a look at it.
No, don't bring it here. Frank's not finished running his diagnostic, and I don't want to risk connecting any tech to our networks till he's done.
Especially if the tech is military. So what do you want me to do?
Take the hub to your apartment. I'll have Frank contact you there.
Alright, so now we're going to continue with the Motherly Ties mission. So we're going to talk to Chet here. He is at the beginning. All kinds of offices that you can go into that have a lot more stuff as well. So again, all of these slowdowns is because of the mod. So
most of the streets are blocked out.
just kind of got to give it a second here, and it should hopefully go back to normal. There we go.
To meet with David Sarif.
Yeah? What do you want?
Information.
Then go bother the receptionist, Chrome Boy, instead of wasting my goddamn time.
Not that kind of information. I want to know about the Sarif Industries case.
Ha ha! And I want a blowjob and a vintage 05 Bard GT, so I guess we both keep on dreaming. Huh, metalhead?
I know you handled critical evidence linked to the case, and I want to know about it.
First off, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And second, even if I did, what makes you think I give a shit about what you want? Now, I strongly suggest you take your high-tech, toaster-looking ass out of my way before I handle you.
Strong words. You're a real poet. Tell me, is that how you plan to handle the judge when they prosecute you for perjury, possession, and intent to distribute?
What the hell are you babbling about, Chrome Boy?
Funny story. There's this guy, Blaine Lopez. Deals dope near City Airport. A real scumbag. You know him? Because I have a nice little chat record between him and you. So you want to go to jail? Or you want to tell me what I want to know?
How the hell do you... Shit, man. Now listen, I just did what was asked of me. I didn't have a choice.
Talk.
Okay, look. I just came in one morning and there was an email with my new assignment in it. Official business. But there were also specific instructions. I had to check out the lab for footage from an IntelliCam. They told me to take it and leave it near a garbage can somewhere near the lake.
What was on it?
Well, it's not crystal clear, but mainly it shows the boys who attacked Sarif as they were breaching the labs. And it looked like they were bringing something in with them. Impossible to tell what.
Who asked you to do this?
You think I know? Orders are orders around here. They always come from above. And nobody asks questions. You just do what they say, and you hope you don't end up like Secretary Haas over there.
Alright, so we got the information from Wagner. Now you can go outside and continue on, but there's something we need to do behind the police, so we're actually going to go back
My people have worked
upstairs.
dispute, and I unequivocally
So we can actually go out through the exit over here. The reason I'm doing that is it's just another way of doing it instead of going around the long way. Should give you a traveler. Oh yeah, you gotta love it. Waiting for it to catch up to itself here. Alright, looks like it's gonna be this way. Hopefully that's not disrupting you guys at all. I do apologize that it does, you know, freeze up on me and stuff. It is not the game. Again, it is the mod, but I think it's still worth it. As long as it doesn't do it in the places that really, really matter. And if it does get to the point where it is screwing things up in places that I need it to not screw up, then I will definitely change and maybe take the mod out. So as you can see now, we're back in the back alley where there was 2 different routes that we could take to get back here, if you remember I showed you. And there's another way, entrance in there to break in if you wanted to. Although the one on the 3rd floor is the easiest one. Alright, so what we need now, as you can see, there's that gate that we could use to climb over.
Jensen, I have a message for you from one of your former colleagues, a Detective Alexander.
Jenny, what did she want?
She said she could use some help if you can make your way over to Grand River Road. And might I just add, as wonderful as it is to have you back at the office, I am not your personal dating service.
And this is where we're going to find all the rest of the information for our side mission, Motherly Ties. And we can return to Cassandra Reed now. But there is one more thing that we can pick up before we actually do that, and that is in here. It's a security rating 3, so I don't think we can hack it. Yeah, we don't have the... We're going to eventually get it, but we don't technically need it because we have this little guy. Pretty handy. And we picked this up, if you remember, on the one of the police officer's desk when we were in his room. And there's the bracelet. Alright, so what we're going to do now to get out is I'm going to show you the cool little trick to get out. What I told you about the room here. Missing. You can also actually use these here to get out that way too by putting 2 of them on top of each other, jumping on there, and then over. I totally messed that up. It's been so long since I played this that I threw it with the RT button instead of actually just dropping it. Let's see, what's the drop button? Alright. I had to figure that out. I apologize. Very sloppy. But funny, though. Alright, so as you say, it's just a matter of doing this over and over again until you just get to a certain point, which is not that far ahead from here, so it's not that long. But the fact that this game gives you the option of doing this here, you gotta admit, it's pretty cool. I'm not very fast with it, still a noob when it comes to this, but that's it. And why don't we go ahead and actually use that. That just fills up our battery meter. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if there's any achievements tied to that, like not using any consumables or anything like that. There might be, but if there are, I just ruined it right there. But that's not the purpose of this. I'm gonna take damage. I mean, that's just it's how it is. We're gonna need some battery life. All right, so now we are heading. There's plenty more side missions to do. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff to do in Detroit the first time that you're here. You're gonna be here multiple times. Different ways to get into these back alleys here. You're gonna see that there's a side mission right there if you talk to her against the wall right there.
I never let T-Boss people to me with no car.
And we're gonna be completing Motherly Ties. So this is also where we need to go to continue the story. So it's kind of like, it's the reason why we've been doing the side missions up to this point, because they have been generally right where we actually need to go to continue the story.
Have you found anything? Please, I've got to know what really happened to Megan.
I've investigated all of Detective Chase's leads. You were right. Something was off with Megan's case.
So, what did you find?
An officer assigned to the case was asked to get rid of a major piece of evidence. Footage from one of our intellicams showed fuzzy images of the attackers bringing something inside the labs.
What? What were they bringing in?
I don't know. But for someone higher up to want that evidence gone, it must have been important. I got my hand on a test report that confirms what was bothering Chase. The attackers used excessive measures to make bodies and equipment unidentifiable.
Oh my God, Megan. What do you make of this, Adam?
I don't know exactly. I guess the idea was to leave no traces, no DNA evidence that would link back to them. But it just seems a bit too convenient. Someone in the government, a man named Manderley, ordered that a specially appointed medical examiner perform the autopsy. He bypassed the local ME. Simply put, that's not a good sign.
It sure doesn't sound good.
There were only 3 people who got out of the labs alive. Me and 2 others. One died in the hospital a few days later. The second one, a lab tech, was ready to give a detailed description of what he saw. Funny thing is, by the time the investigators got to him, he couldn't remember a thing.
You sound like you don't believe that.
I don't. Not from the reports I've read. I think someone got to him first.
So what you're telling me is we couldn't find anything conclusive?
No, I'm sorry. But one thing's for sure. Somebody's been hard at work covering up and destroying evidence related to this case. Somebody with power, who wanted to erase anything that might have made the investigation linger. I'm sorry, Cassandra. I wish I had more tangible answers to give you. But I did stumble on something I think you should have. I found Megan's bracelet. I'm sure she'd want you to have it.
Oh, Adam, that's very kind of you. Her grandmother gave it to her. She loved that bracelet very much. Thank you for all you did. And, do you know exactly how Megan died?
I read the reports. She didn't suffer, Cassandra. I can promise you that.
Thank you, Adam. It's not much, but it still brings me some comfort. I miss her so much.
Don't worry, Cassandra. This is not over. I don't know how or when, but I will get to the bottom of this.
I knew I was right to trust you, Adam. But please, be careful. It's strange. I thought knowing what really happened would make me feel better. But nothing will ever justify this. My daughter is gone, and I'll never get her back. I wish I could be sure she gets justice.
Trust me, she will.
All right, well, there you go. So we picked up another Praxis point, and we have 5 of them available. Lots of upgrades that we're going to be doing. Now, I'm not sure, because it's been so long since I've played and beat the game. I can't remember if giving her the bracelet was the proper thing to do, but in this situation, Adam doesn't know anything. So I think giving her the bracelet is the most noblest thing to do instead of keeping it for yourself. Although, don't quote me, but I guess we'll find out.
Where are you, Jensen? I haven't got all night.
Hello, Pritchard. I'm almost in my apartment now.
Well, when you do get in there, connect the neural hub to your computer. I've created a secure tunnel, and I'll take over remotely.
You can access my personal computer.
Who do you think configured your security protocols?
Welcome home, Mr. Jensen.
Now, what's really cool is that in the next one, your home is going to be so much more explorable, and there's going to be so much more that you could actually do inside your apartment in Mankind Divided. So I'm really looking forward to that. But let's go ahead and continue on with the story as far as the next bit here.
Pritchard, the hub's connected.
I know. Now be quiet and let me concentrate.
I need his name, Pritchard, not his entire genetic history.
That's not his DNA. It's the data he was trying to steal from us before he... My God, Jensen. Your suicide hacker didn't kill himself.
You obviously didn't see his brain splattered all over the floor.
No, you don't understand. The wet drive modification in this chip, it allows someone to hack through you. It turns you quite literally into a human proxy.
So he wasn't working alone. Someone off-site was doing the actual hacking.
Exactly. And whoever it was tried to hide his location by using multiple satellites. But I may have just traced him to here, an abandoned factory complex in Highland Park.
Get me the address, Pritchard. Because if we're lucky, whoever pulled our terrorist strings might still be there.
Alright, so a big part of the story has been opened up here. That's what I'm really sad about right there. New access code 5375. Alright, so looking around here.
Adam, it's David.
Let me guess. You're sending me to Highland Park.
Not just yet. Frank's figured out why the network's been compromised. There's a persistent transmission coming from Derelict Row.
Street gang territory?
Well, our dead friend was posing as an anti-aug. Who better to hide with than the D-Row ballers?
Right. I'm on my way.
Alright, so lots of missions opened up. Just picking up a few items here before we end this video. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying it so far. I know it's been fun playing this all over again, getting even more excited for Mankind Divided.
Again to Detroit, where a handful of people were taken into custody this evening following yet another anti-augmentation demonstration. Patients attempting to access the 2nd Avenue limb clinic found their route blocked by supporters of the Humanity Front movement. The
Just kind of looking around a little bit.
had received permission to gather and protest earlier in the week, but police decided to shut down the legal rally prematurely.
Let's sort of pick up another one of those.
Speculation surrounding that hostage situation in Detroit has just blown through the roof.
Sell everything we can.
William Taggart, celebrity author and founder of the anti-augmentation organization Humanity Front. Speaking from the tarmac at Wayne County Airport.
Alright guys, well thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you are enjoying the walkthrough so far. We've got a lot more augments that we're going to need to upgrade here. And just kind of, you know, get back into the mix of things. Let's go ahead and close that back up. See if there's anything else in here we can pick up.
Find a peaceful solution to this dispute, and I unequivocally deplore the methods used by these hostage takers. Now that being said, I do hope the UN takes.
Love the music. Love the ambiance. Magic Gnome and Crunchy Pirate. Alright guys, well thank you so much for watching, and of course I will see you on the next one. Let me know if there's anything that I could do to improve the gameplay for you guys, and of course we will move on with our next mission. Either it be a side mission or continuing on with the story. So again, thank you for watching, and of course I will see you next time. Peace out. Bitches!